All right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you've had a really nice holiday, however you celebrate. Let's jump on into this. We're going to do a quick peek at whatever the love message is right now. All right. So, let's take a look. I've only done collective messages all day today. I just decided that would be a fun way to do it for Christmas on my other channel, and we're going to keep it nice and collective today as well here. So we've got a Two of Pentacles. The topic of love. Look, I'm going to say it this way. We have two people both thinking about each other because we got the elephant here. This is two people reminiscing. This is two people equally thinking about things from the past. So maybe two people shared Christmas together. Maybe two people are just chit-chatting about their Christmas from the past. And I don't know why I get a vibe that it's not just like Christmas Day, but rather like, festivities or just, it's obviously, it can be a very nostalgic time. It doesn't have to be lovers. It could be anybody, but this is a love story, so it would be about love in some context. This could be two people still sitting side by side on the couch and just remembering, equally having their own place of memories about things from the past. We have an Ace of Cups. We have the Hierophant. This feels beautiful. This feels like there is so much love here, or two characters are equally thinking about the love. It's funny because I know it's a Hierophant, but you notice that we have the two, like, you know, uh, not basin, but I guess like jars or cups here. This can be a card of marriage. There is tremendous love here. Either this is two people that are both thinking, I remember when we were planning a life together, we were supposed to be married. It's so clear, like this was still something that I imagine I was supposed to have with you. Or this is two people reminiscing about a time when they were in love and when they were married. Or this is two people who are reminiscing and sitting there chuckling together and saying, damn, I'm glad I married you. Unfortunately, in this storyline, that's not it. Hi, everybody. Hi, great to see you. Um, we've got this Ten of Swords it's about endings. Okay, so two people are reminiscing the love, the good times, the times when we were planning forever or we were forever, and then also two people thinking about an ending. Okay, so this is two people not together that are thinking about each other. How far of a distance are they apart? I mean, it looks like practically opposite sides of the world. If we were going to take this more literal, right? One ball is on the elephant's back, the other one's under its feet. So like completely opposite places, or one lives north, one lives south. Six of Swords. There's even a lighthouse here and the compass. So definitely at a distance, maybe across oceans. They have moved on from each other a long time ago. Queen of Cups in the reverse. But boy, do they ever both hold on to the same memories. And literally the same memories. Like, God, I remember how much I loved you. I remember how good we were. And then I remember how painful the ending was. So that's what two characters are both reminiscing at from a distance. And it's weird how the exact same memories are, perfectly in tandem for these two. Okay, so what about that? I mean, two people thinking all the same memories. What does that mean? Ten of Cups. There's a song trying to come into my head, and I can't think of what it is right now, but I've got these pictures. It's not pictures of you. It's a completely different song. Maybe it'll come in if I stop thinking too hard about it. But we see like the kind of like the negatives of old photos. You hold them up and you just see the white and black, on the strip of film. It's like, I said, what does this mean? And it says, well, that happiness existed in a timeline, right? That was a Ten of Cups, and that was, a happy family, and or the potential of a happy family. And that still exists. The happiness that was there is absolutely still in existence, because everything that's already ever happened, it's like it's already occurred, so it was real, it was manifested into something at one point in time. Even if it's in photographic memories, it still exists. Now, if we think about this in the context of the Akashic records, the idea that, and I'm not saying I believe in this, I'm just saying I think it's a cool idea. I'm not saying I really think it makes sense in reality, but the concept, at least to my limited knowledge of the Akashic records, is everything that ever has happened, can happen, or will happen has already been recorded. And it's like if there was a gigantic library that held the book or many, many books of our life, everything that we could ever do as a human or will ever do has already been like recorded. So all we have to do is like pull a book down, check it out from the library, and we could live that life instead. So we could change that at any point in time. So it kind of says that the book of their love very much was real, has already been written. But if all they did was put that book back on the shelf when they ended stuff, it means not only does it still exist, it means they could go check this out from the library again. So in that sense, it tells us that they could jump timelines all over again if they want to check this book out from the library. And we have a clock here. The clock is almost 2. It's almost 2 o'clock. It's like 1:50. What does that mean? 3 of Wands. Okay. 3 of Wands is about the future. It's almost time. Huh. We see a sailing ship, and let's go back to that 6 of Swords. Remember, they sailed away from each other. But if you're a good sailor, you know how to navigate, which means you've got a map, which means you know how to use a compass, and you know how to use the stars, and you know how to sail and get right back to where you went to and where you came from. You could sail from one port to the other, no matter if you're going all the way across the world and it takes you years to sail away and then come back. You still, if you're a good sailor, you'll know how to land right in that same port, that same harbor all over again. Does this mean that the nostalgia that these two feel is more or less them kind of signaling to each other's hearts, like, I still think of you. I would still want this again. Sorry, Aries is apparently weighing in on this one. Hi, everybody. Great to see you tonight. I'll say hi properly at the end. We have a 7 of Swords here. This is a very different 7 of Swords because we have our Arctic fox, who's perfectly camouflaged to be in this Arctic condition. So this is more, well, I'll put it this way. It's less about like lying and running away and more about camouflaging and protecting oneself and actually fitting into an environment for survival. We see 2 mountains here, which are obstacles. And this is a winterscape, which I'm in the northern hemispheres. You know, I know obviously if you're in the southern hemisphere watching this, this isn't your landscape, but this is, you know, what we know in the northern hemisphere right now. So it feels like during this winter time, there is this, right now, these characters haven't checked the book back out from the Akashic Records library. But this says this is getting real damn close to the time that they're going to, because of the clock, and then that 3 of Wands, and then that sailing 4th energy. Somebody is coming towards somebody else, even if they're not admitting it to themselves right now. Even if these thoughts are camouflaged. I almost feel like because of what's going on right now with these characters, these moments of nostalgia, these moments of, sometimes it takes a while for us to get real clarity on something and think back and be like, you know what, that was true. That was real. They loved me. I loved them. I know that. I've never loved anybody like I loved them. I remember how we were together. We were real. This was the best I've ever had. This was my person. And then it ended. How do you end something that good? And I feel like both of them just having that realization at the same time, that's the point where the thought is planted, even if neither one of them admits it, that's not going to fade. That thought is going to grow over time, and they're going to remember that more and more of that love story in that book that they already wrote together. More and more they're going to start wanting that again. Be like, why did we walk away from something so good? Something so strong could carry us away. That's not the song. It's a totally different one. That's not the song. Whatever that one is trying to come into my head still with the thing about pictures. I don't know, I can't get it in my head, but it'll come to me 3 nights later at 2 a.m. Maybe these two have a song. The fact that I just said 2 a.m. and it's almost 2 on that clock. Maybe 2 is an important number for them. Maybe that's, they met in February. Maybe that's they met at 2 o'clock on their first date. Maybe it was just the two of them someplace. They went into a restaurant that was totally empty and it was just the two of them. Maybe it's I'm hearing Phil Collins, 2 hearts living together in just one mind. I can't remember the rest of those lyrics, but something about the number 2, the time. Tell me about that 7 of Swords again. We've got the 3 of Wands sideways. Again, it's flanking it, right? We had the 3 of Wands, then our little liar, liar, pants on fire card, and then the 3 of Wands. And I said maybe these 2 mountains are kind of representing both of them with their obstacles, but both of them not admitting to themselves. We also have the 2 flowers here. And now we have the 2, 3 of Wands. 2, 3, I don't know. Maybe the 23rd is important. Maybe all of these doubles are important also. Maybe they played tennis doubles. I don't know. But to have a little 3 of Wands sandwich going on, little Sammy, to me, this is starting to look like we have characters that, whether they want to admit it or not, once they've had this subconscious decision that I have to have them back. I know where they are. I know how to find them again. They exist on this planet just like I do still. We're both still on planet Earth, and that means we could have that 10 of Cups again. I mean, I remember how good it was. I could have that goodness with them again. I know I could. I feel like the subconscious is already deciding that, and just their conscious mind hasn't acknowledged it. One of them is a little bit better at acknowledging it. The other one is like, one's definitely going to be traveling to get together. By the way, again, we see, standing here by the sea, which is typical for a 3 of Wands anyway, but there has to be travel involved here. These two don't live in the same area. In this storyline, they definitely don't live in the same area. There could just be a lake in the town or something, and they live on opposite sides, but I think it's bigger travel than that. We have a 6 of Cups sideways. One of them is like leaning more toward this, but it's also a shared energy. Both of them are picturing what it would be like to see each other again, what it would be like, not just to see each other, not like an awkward hi, how are you? Let's shake hands, let's have a weird cup of coffee, or just pass on by. It's like they're picturing having this all over again. What would it be like to come home to you every day? What would it be like to see you every day? Let's step back from this like emerging and ever increasing like joyful fantasy of how wonderful it would be. And let's talk to the universe and just say, universe, are these guys looking at it with beer goggles on at all? Or is this straight up like, yeah, these two were really good together. These two could still be really good together. This was something they shouldn't have walked away from, or let's not say shouldn't have. Maybe they needed to walk away for a while for some reason, to grow or something. But let's just see. Universe, weigh in on this. 7 of Swords. The universe is like, ha, what do you mean they walked away? They never walked away from this. They've been spying on each other all this time. Okay. Then why were they ever not together, universe? I don't think I get it. King of Swords. Okay, one of them had to go through transformation because we got the butterfly there. And with the butterfly, oh, Barbara, what a great message. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for adding that in, Barbara. You're so awesome. This butterfly in nature, blue, is very, very, very rare. And I will say this, the blue of those butterflies is not pigment. It's actually just a reflection, a refraction of the light. And it's this really awesome, like, biological engineering. It's the, like, the serrated edges of the structure of their wings that creates the light being reflected that makes them look iridescent and blue, which I thought was really cool. And the only reason I mention all that is because it's like the King of Swords had some biological engineering that they had to course correct on. So whomever the masculine is, in this story, and it doesn't matter if this is a feminine, it's just whoever is in the masculine energy, which means they're going to be the action taker, because the energy of the sun is masculine and the rays of the sun project outward, whereas the feminine is a gravitational energy of the moon, which pulls things toward herself. So I'm going to say him, but just know this could be a woman just as equally as a dude. This could be same-sex couple, reverse gender roles, does not matter. But he was undergoing some structural change within himself, and he is the action taker. So I'll say the reason that this connection ended was because of him. Not to be like blame, shame, but because he's the one who had to restructure his bridges. He had to redesign, re-engineer something within himself. The sun in the reverse, maybe he could never have genuinely had happiness or accepted genuine happiness unless he was able to, what prevents anything from being clear and being happy? It's like you could be in the happiest situation ever with the person you love the most, and you can still be bitterly disappointed or upset if something inside of yourself is wounded or broken, or you're in your head about a pain that you have. So for him to actually be able to fully enjoy having this amazing love story that was right there in front of him, he had to heal something, or he had to restructure something. Otherwise, there's not going to be this happiness, right? There's just not going to be that ability to be happy. Even if he was happy, he still couldn't really, like, be present in it, I guess is the way I would say it. Okay, universe, for a higher perspective, let me just ask, what about her? What about her? Life force energy and 8 of Swords. She's a powerhouse who also, I don't know if it's because she met them that some of her power and energy got kind of like impacted by them and she was put on hold. Let me see. Tell me more about the 8 of Swords. She's got such amazing energy that I don't understand how she was stuck. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so for her, she needed to work on how she looks at loyalty. She needed to be loyal to herself first and foremost. Be loyal to, what to put energy into. So I'm guessing in this storyline that perhaps she would have been too willing to, like, want something maybe to work even if it wasn't. And it's like, no, she should work on being loyal to herself, and even understand that the best thing anybody could do is to make sure that as individuals, we really are, like, operating on all cylinders and do the work that we need to for ourselves. I'm dancing around saying that she was ever codependent, because I hate labels and stuff like that. So I try to avoid that kind of stuff. But that's kind of, I guess, what we're talking about just a little bit. And we got 2 8s, so it's definitely a cycle for her. And although she had all this power and all this energy, she might have really wanted to share her energy. Like, I'm really happy. Can't you be really happy with me? We've got such a good thing. This is real love. And it says, well, yeah, but all of her amazing energy, she can't, like, give it to somebody else. But for her to just keep working on her own tremendous happiness with or without them, not getting stuck in any way in her own head because somebody else had some of their issues that they had to resolve. I'm not saying she was stuck exactly like, oh, wow, she couldn't move on without them. Because obviously, I mean, life force energy is upright. So she's been continuing to grow. Her life has been awesome. But I'm thinking in her head, she thought an awful lot about them. I want one more message on the concept of loyalty here, because I feel like that's I don't know. Got the death card in the reverse. The card of loyalty, it's not that it's a card of loyalty, but it's what we work toward. And because we see a tattoo of a German Shepherd, you don't get that much more permanent, right? You know, dogs are super loyal, and then we've tattooed that on. And she's got a tree of life off to the side here. By the way, next year is Year of the Serpent. We do have a snake here. So for her, she doesn't really like to change stride very much. She wants to still work on something, but it says to work on something is to change it. And maybe that was her stuck energy, right? If we're going to work on something, it is going to change, right? If we're working on a painting, the painting's going to look different because every time we touch that painting and add paint to it, we've just changed the canvas. She wants to be loyal to something. That's awesome, but be loyal to something that can still change. Be loyal to the concept of change instead of saying to be loyal means nothing can change. What really needed to happen, obviously, was growth, which is ironic because she's really good at growing, right? She's literally, depicted by a whole forest of trees and a river that moves, and everything here, is seasonally changing, and roots are growing, and, there's a cycle of leaves that come and fall, and the river is constantly moving. So it's ironic that she's all about change in every area of her life, except maybe where it came to them. Maybe she really wanted to be with this person, but was having trouble realizing, yeah, that's awesome that you want to be with them, but don't get yourself stuck when they have to do some transforming. And it's like, no, they're fine as they are. I accept them as they are. Yeah, but that's not going to be the growth that needs to happen. You're all about growth. I'm not saying she would have prevented them from growing. I'm saying that she maybe wanted this connection so much, but because she's a very much like stand by you kind of person, accept people with flaws, you're good enough already. That's beautiful to have those sentiments, but things have to be able to grow. And I don't think he could have grown before he went back and did some of this work on himself. If he was really going to be able to grow, he had to, like, it's kind of like when you want your friends to graduate with you, but maybe one friend didn't get all the knowledge that they needed, so they need to go back to summer school. That's okay. Let somebody go to summer school if they need to go. You don't have to feel bad for them or feel like, well, then I guess I should sit by you in summer school because I don't want to move on without you, when you still have to repeat something that you didn't get yet. This kind of says, no, you can keep growing. It's okay. It's going to be better if everybody gets to keep growing. I kind of like that message because it, like I say, I didn't want to say codependent, because all of this is actually her wanting to give the best, and the loyalty and the, acceptance and all those things, which are beautiful. But this just gently reframes all of that so that every character can still, these two had it all. They loved each other, but they could not have been good together at that point. So it's okay to end something, to end the connection, because he's got work to do. And really, this was kind of a great lesson for her also, in like letting somebody progress the way they have to. I'm going to stop on that one because I don't need to say any more on that. I think that's a complete sentence. Okay, so universe, is there a final message here about them in the future coming back together? Because we saw that Three of Wands twice. The universe is like, yep, hell yep, that's happening. That's happening for these two. This is Cancerian energy on the Chariot. These two have such a happy future still together. They have a lifetime ahead. They have adventures ahead. And it's funny how we went back to the ocean again for them, right? And now they're porpoises. Dolphins are some of the only other creatures on Earth that mate for enjoyment, not just procreation, aside from us humans. So this is some good loving in the future too. This is joyful. This is passionate. And this is two characters who can actually now kind of like swim together as equals. I do want to ask this, were they married in the past, or were they just married in their hearts in the past? Was it like, I met the person I want long term with? Four of Pentacles, they wanted to be together. This is the tree of life. They wanted to build that tree of life together. But even here, you notice how what we see is they laid a foundation. A Four of Pentacles is holding on, and it can be holding back. This card gives us a new look at that, because this giant oak tree, I mean, look at the trunk. It's huge. So first off, the bigger the tree, the more rings it has, the older the tree is, the more life this has. So first off, this could be a past life connection, that these two have found each other in many lifetimes, and this is a continuation of their saga together and their evolution together, because we already saw them as Six of Cups anyway. But this is a relationship that still has a plenty. They can live a whole nother life together still. They have plenty of time, no matter what age they are. They have so much time still together. But when they met in the past, I said, were they married, or did they just feel like they were going to be married? They felt like they were going to be married, or maybe they felt like they already had been because of a past life. But you notice how this little squirrel has been busy capturing his acorns and his coins and all this, and tucking it into the hole in the tree. This is like, I have to prepare. I have to prepare for something for later. Time is going to keep passing. Life is going to keep going, but I have to prepare the foundation right now. I have to store stuff. So in the past, it's weird because these two were madly in love, like real love. And it was a really good bond. Let me put it this way. The love wasn't the issue. Okay. And that's the part that they stored up on, but they really couldn't continue on. You know, little squirrels and stuff, they tuck their little food away for the winter, and then it goes into dormant time, and there's no more nutrients or, you know, food to be found. That's why they store it. So they have something for the frozen time. And I kind of almost feel like maybe these two fell deeply in love right out of the gate, to the point where it was like, I'm hearing that song. Oh gosh, so many promises never should be spoken. Losing you, it cut like a knife. You walked out, and there went my life. And something about, and we weren't even married. On my own. Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald, right? Love that song so much. So such great voices, and just the lyrics are, they sing it with such feeling. But I feel like that's maybe an apt song for this. Even when we were talking about, you know, wintertime, I feel like that depicts it, it was more of a cycle for them after all. These characters met, and they fell head over heels in love, already knew that they felt married in their hearts, but had to store up all the good vibes, all the good feels. Even the Ten of Cups that never really was, right? Because it's like it exists, but it's not in full color, but there's like a photograph of it, but it's like they never really got to this point. So it's been kind of weird. That's why we talked about it like in Akashic record format. But that future, basically, they thought about it, they dreamed of it, they thought they were supposed to have it, and they stored those thoughts. And then they went into the ice cold winter hibernation period. And it's kind of like we're just about done with the hibernation period. Now, I'm not saying this only lasted a couple months of winter time. I'm thinking this was you know, an epoch, you know, like a time period that could have been, I don't know, a couple years even, maybe a bunch of years. But that's the memory of what they were supposed to have, and the energy was stored here for the good times, because those good times are coming back, but it was a dormant time for quite a while. And I kind of think something is awakening these two right now to realizing that it's almost thaw time. It's almost time for these two to come back together. That Three of Wands coming out twice, that says it's coming back around. What is it that's thawing this out? With that Two of Cups, or excuse me, that Two of Coins that we saw. The World, it's something big about next year. This is, I always look at it as a year's cycle. So we are headed into Year of the Serpent next year, which technically we don't change over until February because it's Chinese New Year that I'm talking about. But I look at 2025 as, you know, Year of the Snake. So to me, my American brain still wants to think of it as like after January 1, you know. But this is something in this story about, it is about timing. It is about enough time has passed, enough work has been done. This is new cycles. This is new energy. This is, maybe it's because the King of Swords is ready now. Maybe it's because he changed so much with the butterflies. You notice we see the butterflies again. It's, and the year of the snake is, obviously a year to shed an old skin. And snakes are transformation, so are butterflies. So both of those creatures would give us the same message in that respect. It's time. That's why they're thinking about each other again. That's why they're remembering this love right now. It's because it's like they're coming out of hibernation. The world is thawing back out. They're starting to think about this again, even though it's not go time yet. Not yet. But it's getting real darn close. I usually look at that 3 of Wands as 3 days to 3 months, because we're talking about next year for sure, because of that world card. But technically, it doesn't start until February. I have to check. I'm not sure what days. It's like somewhere between like February 2nd to the 6th is what I have in my head right now for the new year, for Year of the Snake. But I actually have to double check it. Anyway, I'm happy for these two. I'm happy for these characters that it seems like things are coming full circle, that there's something about the divine timing. That's why they're thinking about each other so heavily now. It's because finally the long winter is coming to a close, even though it's more of a metaphorical winter. So anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Really nice to see you guys tonight. Great to catch you. Happy holidays to you also, Samira. Hey. T.A. Cahill, good to see you. Hi, T-Baby. Hi, Gabriella. Upright, I don't know what UO means, but I'm terrible with acronyms. So even like simple ones, I can look at an acronym and have no idea, or an abbreviation. No, I mean, it won't even cross my mind. I am stuck at that. And when people do the fun like license plates, I suck at that too. I'll look at it and I won't even see what it means. So everybody has to help me. Hi, Devonian Gardens. Great to catch you. Bobby, hey. Hi, Senate Pretorius. How are you? Shout out to you in South Africa. Great to see you. Italian Stallion. Wonderful to see you. You have 2 German Shepherds and a Husky. Oh my gosh. I bet your house is full of music. Did the Husky teach them how to howl? I love they're the songbirds of the dog breed world, I think. Thank you so much, Barbara. You're such an angel. Victoria Rose Noir, Merry Christmas, sweetheart. Shout out to you in your jungle. That's such an exciting. I love it when you say that. It always makes me think of adventure and hi, shape-shifting Stardust. Great to see you. Godzilla MC. Oh, you sweetie pie. Thank you. Hannah Lee, hi. Thank you, love. Thank you for being here. Really good to see everybody tonight. Decoded, thank you again. Sabrina, Merry Christmas to you also, hun. RS, I know. Aries was talking up a storm tonight, huh? Rach is magic. So nice to catch you. Hi, Tammy. You're so sweet. Rosie, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too, honey. And to you also, Dawn. I'm so glad I caught you on a live. Sarah J. Violet, hey girl. Hi, Gianna. Buongiorno. Trinidad, great to catch you. I love all the little Christmas presents. That's so cute. House of Cards and OM, you were first in the house tonight. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening. I will see you tomorrow, and we'll be back kind of to our more regular schedule. Pamela and Tours, hi. Good to see you. Bruce is in the house. Great to see you, Bruce. How are you doing? MK, so glad you made it to the live. Oh, that's wonderful. Barbara, happy Kwanzaa. That's so exciting. Okay, night. Sweet dreams, honey. Decoded, thank you so much. Thank you guys for giving it a thumbs up. Thank you, Decoded, for reminding me to thank you guys for that. Really appreciate it. Decoded, you sweetheart. Thank you. Hi, Nikisha. Thank you for being here tonight. All right, you guys. Sweet dreams, everybody. Bye, guys. I'll see you. Oh, and Dom G. I almost missed you there. Thanks again. Merry Christmas to you also, Queen Libra. Thank you, TA. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. We'll be back to our normal schedule.